Hello, hi, and welcome to Empathic Fire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Cancer in the month of November 2018. What's up, Cancer? How you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you had a lovely Halloween if you celebrate. I'm recording these in the early part of November. And I hope that you're going to have a lovely Thanksgiving if you're here in the States and you celebrate, or if you're overseas celebrating for whatever reason. Hope you have a fabulous Turkey Day. It's one of my favorite holidays, if not the favorite. Anyway, Cancer, shuffled off camera, so that's your main spread there. I'm going to get your outcome and then your overall energy. Once all cards are out and they're lying face up, the reading will begin. You can check down in the description box for when that actually is. There'll be a nice little link, or you can slide the slider across to the actual minute and seconds. If you just want to skip ahead and, don't want to spend time with me, I understand. Also down there, you're going to find information on how to go about getting personal readings with me if you're interested. It's about 3 or 4 steps. If you want to work with me, I want to work with you. It's as simple as that. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and get your outcome for November, okay? Cancer, November 2018 outcome. Whoa. Yes? Yes, okay. I'm not used to it coming out so fast. That was kind of weird for me. All right, bottom of the deck is the overall energy. And like I said, we'll flip the cards and see what's going on. Woohoo! Oh my lord. You got a heavy one. Just gonna say it right now. You got a heavy reading. So get ready. All right. Please show me Cancer in November 2018. Please show me where Cancer is in November of 2018. Please show me. Please show me Cancer in November 2018. Please show me Cancer in November 2018. No? Okay, yes, thank you. Pardon me. All right, Cancer, coming into November 2018, come in as the Temperance card in reverse. Card of Sagittarius, so there might be a Sagittarius in your life that has a significant role in your life, but does not have to be. It's really more about the energy of the card. So Temperance, when in the upright, signifies mindfulness of health, mindfulness of balance, and having proper portions or proportions in your life. Not doing too much, not doing too little, doing, things are just right. Like, what is that, Little Riding Hood? Little Red Riding Hood, right? But of course, this is in reverse, so it's not necessarily negative or the opposite of having balance and having things be in correct proportions. But I feel that there's this sentiment that maybe you have been ignoring your better judgment is kind of what I'm feeling. You've been ignoring something that tells you to slow down or something that tells you to speed up. In some cases, you've basically been kind of like they're showing me or not showing me, but they're saying Switzerland. And for me, that reference is basically how, I believe it is Switzerland, that's kind of politically joked as being this non-involved, very neutral country on the world platform on a global scale. Switzerland is very much a peaceful place. It doesn't really want to get involved in anybody's business. Switzerland sticks to Switzerland. So I feel that's what you've been doing, Cancer. You've been sticking to yourself. You've been sticking to your own business, and that's fine. But I think there is this sort of thing where whatever needs to be addressed, whatever needs to be altered or considered or sort of recalibrated, you've kind of been like, but it's fine, so no. So you may need to be more mindful of your spending habits, your eating habits, your resting habits, your sleep pattern, whatever. And you're just like, no, that's okay. I will continue to stay up late playing video games, or I will continue to eat fast food 3 times a week instead of, you know, going home and cooking a meal for myself. And it's not in any way that you're being defiant towards anybody's direction or anybody's input or even your own. It's like, what did I say? Better judgment. You're not erring on the side of your own better judgment. The only person who's aware that there's a problem is you, really. So again, the whole 3 times a week going out for fast food or even more than that, or whatever you're doing, you're really the only one that knows that you're doing it. So if people are like looking at you and you go to work and you're yawning and you're like, oh my God, are you okay, Cancer? You're tired. You're like, oh yeah, I just didn't sleep well last night. And you're like, you're kind of fudging a little bit. Like maybe you didn't sleep at all, or maybe you had like 3 hours of sleep because again, you were up late doing something that you didn't necessarily have to do, but you wanted to do. And while you're doing these things, eating fast food, staying up late, in some cases something deeper like, I'm not sensing it here, but maybe like some of you are like cheating, or flirting with people that you're not supposed to flirt with, whatever. You know you're not supposed to, but you're doing it anyway. So that's what Temperance in reverse is saying. It's not that it's not that you need to do these things, it's that you haven't even like, maybe I'm saying the same thing, I'm not sure, but I'm just feeling it's more about better judgment. Better judgment. You're not, perhaps that's what it is. Like, you're not optimal. So maybe, like I said, maybe it is fast food 3 times a week, but maybe your breakfast is really healthy, and maybe your lunch is really healthy and sensible, and maybe when you do get fast food, you know, it's not the burgers, maybe it's the chicken sandwiches. So you're not totally fouling it up. You're not totally throwing your progress out the window. You're not totally pulling all-nighters, staying up late instead of doing your coursework or your homework. Like, okay, I didn't stay up till 5, but I did go to bed at 1. Like, there's like a small compromise in a way that you're sort of patting yourself on the back for. So, like, if it was to be graded, you're getting like a C or like a C plus. Maybe. Like, you're satisfactory. You could be way better, Cancer. You could be way, way better. But you're just, like, phoning it in. You're giving, like, 70% when you could be giving, not even 100. You could be giving 80%, 90%. But you're giving, like, a steady 70%. And the only one who knows, or the only one who really is aware of the weight of that lackluster performance is you. So, now, why is that? Because I think you got like some needy external people or needy external energies that you're kind of like, it could be you can only give 70% to yourself because you're giving more to other people. Could be that. Where are we going? Please show me. Okay. Thank you. So you've got this Queen of Cups right beside you. Could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. So this could be you or could be another water sign. But the Queen of Cups right now is feeling like this, like I said, needy, like really, really emotionally just in the depths, like feeling like in the feels, but not in a good way. Like in the feels, like this is all you do, this is all you talk about, this is all you think about, is how you feel about this situation, how you feel about that situation, how this situation or this person upset you or made you cry, or how this person over here made you feel so happy. You've never felt so happy. You're not, like, this person is just like extremely in their feelings right now. It could be you. I don't think it is though. And it's kind of overwhelming. Like, I've got my own problems and I've got my own things to think about. I've got my own life, but here you are yakking away, telling me all the things that are going good in your life or all the things that are going bad in your life. And this person is just kind of having like this, they're having a conversation with you or in a group, but the focus really is on themselves, and what other people think or what other people are responding with is kind of like falling on deaf ears. So Cancer, I think you're dealing with a person close to you. It doesn't have to be a female, by the way, even though it's a Queen of Cups, so it could be male or female. And again, it doesn't have to be a water sign, but this person is just like on and 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 on, and they won't shut up. And you're just like, shut up. And they're needy in the sense of like, I guess the irony is like they might be talking to you or talking to a group of friends, and you're in the friend group and they're talking, and their need to talk is kind of interesting because they don't want anybody to respond. They don't want anybody's opinion. They don't want anybody's feedback. They don't want it. In some ways, they don't want anybody's help. They just want to get it off their chest. And so maybe that's it. Maybe you've got someone around you, Cancer, who just wants to offload their problems. And the issue there is you're like, well, I don't have room to take on board your bullcrap, so please shut up. But of course, Cancer, you're usually very nice, and you're not, well, yeah, you're usually very nice. And so you're not likely to tell this person, hey, shut the hell up. I don't have time to listen to you moan about your life. So you're probably just taking it on board. And so this person could be very close to you. Like I said, it could be, or it could be a relative. It could be a mother, father figure to you. Could be a brother, sister. Could be a partner. Could be a child. Could be anybody. But because they're right next to you, I feel that there is this like, and they're on your base, or they're right next door to you. So you guys share this equality, I'm feeling. So in some cases, if not most cases, I feel it's probably a friend, a best friend, a cousin that you've been close with your whole life, just someone who is similar age to you or would be similar in a ranking to you, and they just go on and on and on about themselves. And because you're to a degree, Cancer, you're loyal to this person, or because you just simply care so much about them, they might be taking that 30% of your energy, or you might be they might not even be taking it. You just might be offering it to them. Like, okay, I know my best friend Sally, she needs me to come over and talk to her every Thursday. So I'm just going to, block out the next, Thursday evening for the next 5 months of my life because Sally's going through this whole thing that I have to go over there and talk to her about. And then after she's done talking, we watch some TV, and then I go home and I'm in bed by like 11 o'clock. And that's not helping your schedule, Cancer. It's just a scenario, by the way. You don't literally necessarily have a best friend named Sally. But because you're kind of giving yourself to this other person, and maybe even other people, we're going to see in a second, you aren't able to give more than 70%. So as much as you should, like again, your better judgment would tell you, hey, Cancer, we need to go to bed. Like, we're really tired, and, we need to go and get up early because we have this volunteer thing we're going to, or we have to get out there and hit the road because we're on a road trip. But here Sally is, it's past midnight, and she's still talking. So against your better judgment, you're giving yourself to other people, or you're giving your time, your effort, your affection to other people that need it, but aren't necessarily aware of how it's impacting you or imposing on you, okay? So we might need to rectify that whole situation, okay? Now, well, what's here? Testament. I don't know what that means yet. No testament. Your reading is like really giving me, there's a lot of things going on, Cancer, but it's hard for me to see where they're going on. I hope that makes sense. So a lot's going on, but I can't really, like, the energies are here, but they're not like jumping out at me. So again, and that also would play into the Temperance being in reverse. Temperance, when it's upright, indicates some type of clarity or indicates the intention to become clear or to gain clarity. When it's in reverse, it's like the clarity is out the window. It's like so hard to make heads or tails of something. Not as bad as other cards in the tarot deck that could have appeared here, but it's slightly foggy. I'm going to say it's slightly foggy, okay? And that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling slightly foggy. Testament. What does that mean? Testimony. Testify. Oh, God. You're giving me synonyms for. Adjournment? What? Okay. Getting with. Okay. So, you've got the Hierophant on the other side of your starting position. Card of Taurus, so you might have a Taurus of significance in your life, Cancer. So I feel as though if this is another person, and again, it doesn't have to be a Taurus, if this is someone or some energy external to you, which I feel it mostly is, I feel like this is, you're like heavily here. I don't really feel you outside of this card. So fidelity is an issue here. There's this issue of trust, issue of advice or advising. There's this feeling of you might be compelled to go to this person, whoever the Hierophant might be, or whatever energy, or circumstance or situation that might embody this energy. You might be tempted to go towards the Hierophant, but I feel like if you do, like, things have to be out in the open. Things have to be totally just called like they're seen. You know, call the shots, or not call the shots, but call a spade, basically. And there's this accountability I feel here. There's this feeling of, if I come to this person or if they come close to me, there's going to be a discussion and there's going to be some truths, and it's not going to be the easiest thing to deal with. So the Hierophant often is associated with religion, schools, governments, things of institutions, sometimes hospitals, I think, as well. And those are basically, when I think of those, it's like a David and Goliath situation. And I feel that's kind of the energy here. Whoever this person is or whatever this situation is, if you go towards it, or whenever you have to go towards it, because I don't even feel like you're avoiding this. I feel like this is a regular occurrence to you, regularly speaking with this person or regularly going to this place or meeting with these people, whatever it is. And it's where you need to be on your best behavior, and that can be draining, or that can be kind of like a song and a dance for you. Like, this could be, you know, if you are a member of a church or a member of some type of group and you go there every week and they're like, how are you doing, Sister Cancer? Or how you doing, Brother Cancer? You know, they greet you and you have to put on this face of everything's great, everything's fine, I don't need anything, I don't need to testify, I don't need to show testimony in the service this week, I'm good. Even though you could give some testimony and you could do with a little bit of extra prayer, some of you, okay? So you're kind of doing this song and dance in front of this person or in front of this group of people or in this place. It's like this place sort of doesn't demand but would appreciate the truth, would be very much able to deal with whatever truth you have inside of you, Cancer, but you're just not giving it. You're not providing it. You're doing a song and dance. You're putting on a show. You're not being upfront and truthful with this person or with these people or with this energy or situation. And you know, to be truly close to this person, these people, the situation, to really get the most out of it, to have it be optimal. Did I use that word earlier here? Optimal? So in order for it to be optimal, you would have to be more truthful. You would have to be more honest. and you kind of don't want to be for whatever reason. You just don't want to be, or you can't for whatever reason. Maybe you don't have time because you're over here talking to Sally all the time, that you can't go to church, or you can't go see your family member who, is a great friend of yours, or something, you know what I mean? So there's this pull towards this Hierophant energy that you have a cyclical connection to. Like, eventually you make it to church, even if you haven't been for 2 months or 2 weeks, whatever it is. You'll eventually go back there. You'll eventually see the pastor again. You'll eventually go see your therapist again, or your counselor friend again, or and like I said, it could be other institutions, so like school. So this could be like a counselor in school, or like a financial advisor in school. And whatever the situation is, you will meet this person again. You will be within this situation again. But will you be fully honest and present and own up to the things that aren't working out in your life? Or will you just sweep them under the rug? Or kind of, again, I feel like you kind of section off a part of yourself, or a part of your energy, a part of your personality that is, again, it's like putting on a show. Like, I am stressed out. I am tired. I am fed up with my friend over here who's crying to me 24/7. I am. But if I say this, then that means I have to do other things after that. So it's like, I don't want to cross that bridge just yet. I don't want to make that move just yet. I don't want to have that conversation just yet. So you kind of put this person off. You delay them, or you tell them a lie. Oh, are you coming to such and such an event? You would be a lovely speaker at our event, Cancer. And you're like, but I can't. I've got a thing. I totally have a thing. You don't have anything. You don't have anything. You've got nothing in your calendar. You're totally open, but you're lying to avoid getting closer to having to be more truthful, and in some cases be held accountable for all the things that you've neglected, or the things that you're kind of down, allowing to be not the best that they can be. The things that you aren't cultivating and nurturing. You're just like, I don't want anybody to know about that. So you've got someone on one side of you that's like super demanding, like, please come talk to me, Cancer, I need you to be here for me, I want to see you. Or they don't even beg, they just show up in some cases. Like, you're just like wanting to go home and chill out, be by yourself, and then suddenly you get a call, I'm outside. What? You're outside? What? And then they come in the house, and like, you don't even invite this person sometimes, and they're just there. On the other side, you've got someone who's waiting for you, or some situation that's waiting for you to come and give fellowship. I feel like this religious thing, and I feel like this whole bonding thing is happening. Like, they're wanting you to come and give of yourself, but you're like, I'd rather not. I can't right now. So there's this pull over here, a strong pull here, and there's like a gentle invite over here. And in both cases, I feel you need to really reevaluate how you approach them, and how you deal with both of these energies, or both of these people. And it could be that, to some degree, the expectation of the Queen of Cups, and the demands and the strong need of the Queen of Cups, in combination with the come to me, my child, come lay your head on my shoulder and tell me your problems, is sort of what I'm feeling on this side. It's like, maybe the energies are not where they need to be. Like, maybe you need the person who is the Hierophant to be more demanding. Like, hey, Cancer, make time for us. Make time to have a meeting with me. Make time to have a conversation with me. And on the other side, you need Sad Sally over here to like ease up and relax. So there could be like this interest for you to see, in some ways, the behaviors and the approaches of these two people or swapped. Okay? And that could also be why you're upside down. Oh, okay. For some of you, maybe you being in the middle here, and this again is, I'm feeling like a pretty heavy religious thing, or even a family thing. If it's not religious, it's like institutional foundations. So in some cases, thank you, here we go. Because this has been very general, and I've been starving for a storyline, and they finally gave me one. So this could be your partner, married, dating, whatever, over here in the Queen of Cups, and they've got a lot of emotional needs. They've got a lot of emotional demands of you right now, Cancer. They need you. They want you. They want all of your time. And normally you're okay with that. You like a little snuggle bunny type of, let's just be Stockholm Syndrome with each other. You kind of like that sometimes. But it's like too much for you. Or it could be vice versa. You could be that person. And so you would be in the middle. And your partner is this like overbearing, over-demanding person. And over here, it could be like a church family situation, or it could just be a family situation, the hierarchy in the family. So it could be your parents, the Hierophant, or your father specifically. And there's this idea of, hey, we're having, since it's November, we're having Thanksgiving, we expect you and Sad Sally to be there. And you want to go to your family's Thanksgiving, or you want to go to your parents' house and spend time because you haven't seen your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, your nieces and nephews. You haven't been around them in a long time and you want to be around them. But if you went there, you'd have to be truthful. And if you went there, Sad Sally has to go with you. And if Sad Sally goes with you, your whole family will know that your wife or your husband is a little bit too much, and your uncle or your aunt or your dad or your mom is going to pull you into the room. So what's going on? Are you and Sad Sally okay? And I'm using this name, Sad Sally. It doesn't mean that you are married to a woman. You could be married to a man. Sad Sal. I don't care what it is. Apply it to your life as you need. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a partner. It could be a friend. It could just be a friend. And you're like, I want to go home to see my family for Thanksgiving, but my friend has nowhere to go. So if I take her with me, him or her with me, then my family's going to see my sad friend, and it's just going to be too much. So there's this idea of keeping these energies apart or wanting them to be swapped. You want your family to be like, no, you have to come home for Thanksgiving. And you want Sally to be like, you can go home. I'll be okay without you. So that's one scenario. Finally, thank you. That might kind of clear this message up for some of you. Now, what's going on upstairs? Ridiculousness is what's going on. So, upstairs, and I don't know why I'm saying that. I've never said that before, what's going on upstairs. So, maybe there's a reason I said that. It's interesting. You've got some opportunities that have slipped through your fingers. You're okay, by the way. Me saying that, you're okay. You are able to persevere, but it's still challenging. So in the middle, reflective to your starting position as the Temperance card, you have the King of Pentacles upright. So this could be you, Cancer. It could be another person. Might be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, but it doesn't have to be. The qualities of the card is really more what we're talking about. And we're talking about somebody who's like sitting pretty, stable, reliable, not really wanting for, not really needing much material wise, being comfortable. The King of Pentacles is a very comfortable person. Not to say you have to be rich, not to say that you're sitting in a mansion or something, but you're comfortable. You pay your bills on time, you've got money going into your savings, you're good. And if you don't have that, at least you make ends meet consistently. There's a sense of being set and stable and really fixed in that energy. Or not fixed, but consistent in that energy. And that is important because on either side, there's some mishaps going on from the King of Pentacles. So again, if this is you, Cancer, you need, or rather, not that you need, but you're lucky to have the King of Pentacles energy alongside you or as a part of you. Because there's something going on that has been a missed opportunity right beside you. Now, missed opportunity or mischance, not missed fortune, MISSED fortune. No, but misfortune. So some of you might have had a small financial loss, or even a significant financial loss, or an opportunity financially that sort of slipped through your fingers, or it didn't turn out to be as opportune as you thought it would be, and you kind of missed the boat. Might have had something taken away from you as well. And it comes above the Hierophant, so it could be from your family, it could be from Hierophants can also talk about workplace things. So there could be this idea that someone in your home, in your work, church space, that it could be the government, could be a tax situation, came and took money from you or denied you money, or in some cases maybe cut you off. Now the interesting thing about that is, because even though I'm saying that, and I don't like the sound of that myself, I still feel you're okay. Perhaps that 70% of yourself that is available, or that top out point of 70%, like maybe your focus has been on your pentacles. Again, pentacles deal with material things, money, possessions, food, shelter, things like this. If you're able to put all your eggs in that basket and work really hard, work extra hours, save up more money, the loss of this opportunity, or the taking of money away from you, again, it could be a tax situation, isn't really going to impact you too much, because I really do feel you're comfortable. Which is ironic. It's very ironic. Oh, is that what's going on? Again, it's like you got a lot of different things going on. And it's hard for me to really piece it together. But it could be that your reading is like these columns is really how it is. And a little bit here, but maybe the columns are more important. Gosh. Ooh, okay. See, we're getting to it. So as much as this could be an opportunity was taken away from you, money was taken away from you, you could have done that. And maybe that's why you're sitting pretty. Maybe that's why you're comfortable, is because you haven't been giving out to others financially, or at least with resources. If it's not just money, it could be resources as well. So in some cases, Cancer. Okay, so in some cases, another reason you don't want to get close to the Hierophant, not only because Sad Sally could be a part of the mix, and she could be sort of this responsibility or this liability that you don't want to talk about, it could also be because you know you've neglected to give towards the Hierophant. Whatever the Hierophant needs, whoever it is, whatever it is, the church, your family, as in terms of your boss, maybe your boss needed something from you, or I don't know. So it could be that you didn't give towards the Hierophant. And it could go either way. This is like a nice little L shape, and it's however many of you are going to watch this, however many Cancers this would resonate with. Some of you did not have this opportunity or offer come into you, or you didn't offer it out to someone else. Either way, I feel that you're good. Either way, I feel that you're good. That's very strange, though. I don't do clarifiers in the general reading, so I'm not gonna break my standards for you, Cancer, but I would love a clarifier on that, but I'm not gonna do it because I just don't. All right, what's going on here? This is weird. It's so weird. Got the Tower card. next to your King of Pentacles and above your Queen of Cups. So there could have been, or there will be, or right now you're experiencing this sort of upheaval, kind of sudden change to a situation or a relationship in your life that's kind of thrown you for a loop. Or no, it's if it's thrown anybody for a loop, it's someone else, and it's probably good old Queen of Cups, sad Sally right there. And because of the position, if you look at it, why did I put that down? If you look at it, again, you're kind of in two places at once. You're definitely in the Temperance card, but you're also here in the King of Pentacles position. If you look at that orientation, he's looking directly at the tower. But again, he's sitting pretty. He's on his throne. He's not the one being thrown out of this tower. So I feel, Cancer, for you, you're watching, or you're the witness to some bad crap going down. Something that's really upsetting and disorienting towards someone else. Probably the Queen of Cups. It's not super affecting you. You're probably like a secondary or tertiary party in the scenario. And you're kind of like not overextending yourself. Like, you see this bad thing happening, you know it's terrible, but you're not like out there trying to do anything to salvage the situation or restore or repair the situation. You're just watching this tower come down and you're like, well, there that goes. Oh, I hate to be that guy. You know, it's kind of what I'm feeling there. So maybe that's also like kind of why you're doing this 70% energy thing, 70% give a care or effort thing, is because you've got a lot of crap around you on the top row here and on the bottom row. In either case, or in either position, you've got a lot of stuff around you that is asking, demanding your time, demanding your attention, demanding your effort. And you're just like, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to give any more of myself. In some cases, I think I was sort of ragging on you for doing the 70% thing here with the Temperance card, not being totally committed, for lack of a better word, to your better judgment. But maybe secretly that is the best you can do right now. Because if you gave any more of yourself, or if you gave any more to other people, it would just be even worse. So this might be the best that you can do right now. It's the best for now, potentially. What's going on with you? Because you're watching Sally probably go through a tumultuous situation, a breakup, a divorce, maybe Sally got evicted, and you've got a place to stay, but you're like, but you can't stay here, you know, and you're kind of, you're good. Sally and you are friends, but you can't come and live with me. No, you know, so you're supportive of your friend or whoever this Queen of Cups person is. You're supportive of them. You listen to their problems. You give them advice. You allow them to cry on your shoulder. You go and you eat ice cream with them at, 11 o'clock at night, whatever. But there's a certain point where you cut that off and you're like, I can't do any more for you. You want to be closer to the Hierophant, but you know if you go there, there's going to be certain expectations or demands made of you. There's going to be certain truths that you have to kind of acknowledge or express. And you're just like, I don't want to tell you about my life. I don't want to talk about that aspect of this or that. So I'm going to keep my distance. So you're just kind of isolated in these two cards, the King of Pentacles and the Temperance card in reverse. You're kind of isolated. And so maybe that's why you're like, okay, Sally, I'll give you 20% of my time. Hierophant, I'll give you 10% of my time. And then 70% of my time and my effort is for me. And that throws you out of balance because, that's 3 different places that you're placing your energy. But at the same time, it might be just the best that you can do for now. Okay? I finally feel a little better about that. Like, this took me a long time to feel good about this reading. Like, not good as in, like, the message is good, but good as in, I know what the hell I'm talking about. Usually I get there, like, pretty immediately, or within, like, the first 10 minutes. This is just like, Sorry, Cancer. It took me a minute. But what I'm definitely feeling is whatever negative crap is going on, it's in your peripheral. It's really affecting other people around you. You're really out of the crossfire. You're really not being directly affected either positively or negatively. You're just kind of contented to be where you are. You're stable to a certain extent where you are. And I'm not sure that much else needs to happen. Now, your outcome for November, you've got the Judgment card and you've got the Queen of Wands. Judgment card is about going back, not replaying events, but sort of calling up old events, calling up old people from the past, and really the Day of Reckoning is basically what this is about, right? The angels are blowing their bugles, and out from the graves come the dead to be judged for eternal damnation or eternal respite. Now, in less dramatic biblical type terms, I feel as though you are interested in a revitalization of yourself, of your own life, of your own interest, of putting Cancer first. And you don't normally do that. You're normally very copacetic, or excuse me, not copacetic, but you're normally a very compromising zodiac sign. You usually prefer to be around at least one or two people that you know and love and trust. You're not a lone wolf truly. Like, you like to be alone by yourself, but you also like at least one person there sometimes. But right now I feel as though you're definitely feeling like, no, I gotta be by myself, and I really gotta work on me, and I really gotta think of things, or think on things in my life that benefit me, how I can make my life better, how I can get back to being on track to do X, Y, Z. So there's this feeling of, like I said, revitalization and recalling back to a time when I think you felt more fulfilled. I think you felt more structured. I think you felt more balanced, and you had a clearer line of sight as far as what your drive and purpose in life was. I really feel your time in your main spread, your time and your energy is really being sucked away. Like that 30%, and in some cases it might be more or less, but that percentage of you that you've kind of that you've kind of allocated to other people and other situations that don't necessarily involve you is really too much. Even if it's like 10%, too much. So I feel you're very aware of that, and you're kind of like exhausted by it. You're over it. You're kind of like, okay, Sally, shut the hell up. Okay, Mom and Dad, like, leave me alone, or I'll be home, but don't be in my business. Don't ask me, 1,000 questions about my life. Just, I want to come home for Thanksgiving and have a good time. Please, 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 leave me alone. So there's this feeling of, I just want to take care of me. But when other people and other situations interject, I can't really do that. And again, you're a compromising sign. You usually, no offense, Cancer, but you can be, if someone wanted to impose on you, they wouldn't have to try very hard. And you would let them, in a lot of cases, you would let them. You don't like to rock the boat. You don't like to make controversy. You don't like to be somebody who is disagreeable. And so when it comes time for you to be willing to be disagreeable, to be more than willing to be on the outs with someone, or disappoint someone, or not be a good friend or a good spouse or partner to somebody, it takes a lot for you to get there. And I think that's what this outcome is kind of pointing to, is you're about to get into that phase. You've also got the Queen of Wands in your outcome next to the Judgment card, right? And so I think this Judgment card, I feel like it's basically calling in the troops, calling for backup, and your backup would be the Queen of Wands. Now, the Queen of Wands is a very action-oriented queen. She's very much about creation. She's very much about her own liberation, her own freedom, her own sense of self and autonomy, and being a boss and being a call maker, a shot caller, And she's not afraid to say what she wants and demands what she wants. And if you don't have the ability to give her what she wants, she will leave you be. And she will go find other people or another situation or another opportunity that's going to serve her the way she needs it to serve her. She's very, 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 very accomplished in that way. And I'm not trying to knock you, Cancer, because first of all, it's just an archetype. It's not necessarily true about all Cancers. But you tend to default. You tend to not be so gung-ho and so revved up and fired up. The Queen of Wands is very much that. So I feel that you're calling in this energy. I feel that you're wanting this inspiration of go get 'em, or this inspiring energy of go get 'em. You know, you want to be jolted to life. And again, the judgment is about calling out the dead. So if you're waking up something that's dead in you, and that dead thing or that dead energy in you is this Queen of Wands energy, you're calling in your shot caller, boss bitch energy. And that's nice for an outcome. And I think it's especially nice because you might need her resolve, her strong, just resolute nature to deal with all of this. I'm not feeling that anybody is treating you in a way, Cancer, that they're trying to take advantage of you, that they're trying to manipulate you. I feel that if they are, they don't even realize they're doing it. They don't even realize that they're imposing on you. If you feel imposed upon, if you feel as though people are just taking from you without asking, they don't even realize that they're doing it. They just kind of have a misunderstanding of how you feel about the situation, basically. And the Queen of Wands would be sent in to set everybody straight. No. This is how I really feel. This is what I plan to do going forward. This is how things are going to be. And the Queen of Wands is diplomatic to a point. She's a lot nicer than your friend up here, who we're going to talk about in a second, the Queen of Swords. So she's a lot nicer than the Queen of Swords, but she's still just as firm. She's still just as not about the BS, okay? Queen of Swords, overall energy, very similar to the Queen of Wands, but a lot more biting, a lot more testy, a lot more feisty and spicy, okay? This could be someone that you're dealing with. I feel that this is more likely maybe an ally of yours, someone that you can go to who's gonna, pump you up and get you hype and be on your side in things. Because again, I feel your energy is more wanting to get with the Queen of Wands. She's firm, but she's fair. Queen of Swords, she's firm. She ain't so fair. Because she's quite unapologetic, the Queen of Swords. So I feel that this energy, some of you might want to borrow this energy. Some of you might be sitting in this position, but I feel it's mostly someone who's not even necessarily close to your situation, but it's somebody that maybe you know, but you don't know them that well, or you know them, but you're just still getting to know them, or you're learning a different side to them. And it doesn't have to be a female. You got a lot of queens here. The only one missing is the Queen of Pentacles. So there's a lot of feminine energy here, but it doesn't mean that you're dealing with a lot of females. Anyway, so the Queen of Swords, she's a boss too. She's in control, just like the Queen of Wands is in control. But like I said, she's very no-nonsense. She's very cruel in some situations. And if not cruel, she's very dismissive and icy. She can be kind of flighty. She can be kind of flaky, where, she makes plans and then she breaks plans, can be one of these kind of characteristics of hers. But again, I feel surprisingly this energy is soft when it comes to you, Cancer. This person might have a soft streak or a soft side for you or for the situation that involves you. So if this is someone external to you, which I feel it mostly is, if it's not a person, it would be the circumstances. So maybe you work in a high-stress job, or you work in a job that demands a lot of hours of you, but on the low, your boss treats you a little nicer than he or she treats the other workers. Or it could be a relative who is going to come to Thanksgiving and everybody dreads this person coming, but actually you adore this person because they treat you super nice. You know what I mean? As the overall energy, I feel that the Queen of Swords, similar to the King of Swords, would be a good person to have counsel with, to sit down and share ideas with, and sort of spitball different solutions to different problems, because the Queen of Swords is very resourceful in that way. She's very she's not creative, but she's precise, and she's able to analyze. Thank you. She's able to analyze a certain situation and read the different factors at play and come up with a plan of action or a solution that might not be readily thought of by other people. So as much as she could be prickly and kind of thorny and kind of abrasive, she's also pretty ingenious, and she's also pretty adept to problem solving. So if you're dealing with a bunch of junk over here with your other family members, or with people in your church or your work or your school, whatever, you've got your friend or your loved one or your partner, sad Sally, they're going through mess, you're having financial problems, you've got a lot of stuff going on that could really destabilize you, and to a certain extent it has, because of the Temperance card in reverse. If you talk to the Queen of Swords, she might be able to give you some insight into all of this that you've not considered before. So be on the lookout for that person, okay? All right, Cancer, that is going to be your reading for November 2018. I hope you found something here that resonated with you. If you did, please tell me what it was, because again, it took me a long time to really get a feel for this. And even still, I'm just like, it's a lot. It's a lot more, and it was not cleared up for me, if I'm honest. It was not super cleared up for me by my guides. They didn't really give me many things to go off of in terms of what I was able to visualize and all that kind of stuff. So if something resonated here, please tell me. I would love to hear it, because, this has been a tricky one for me. If you liked what you saw, there's a like button down there. Share and subscribe to the channel if you've not done either of those things and you want to. That'd be great. And I will be back in a few weeks' time when I come and do your December readings, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching up until this point. Take care. Bye.